Hey everyone, it's Simon here with a review for Hellfront Honeymoon, a really slimmed down real-time strategy game that takes place on one screen only, and it's got some twin stick shooter elements thrown in for good measure. Thanks for the developer for reaching out to send me a copy for review. I really appreciate that, although it doesn't alter the review that I ultimately give. It's always nice to be working with a developer. This game is split into two distinct modes, but they are essentially the same game. Deathmatch mode lets you play 2 to 4 players locally on a single screen, battling it out for world domination, or screen domination I guess. But there is a 45 level single and co-op mission based gameplay that is what you're seeing on the screen, and this is the PS4 version that you can see. Each map is just one single screen long, and it will be split into loads and loads of different hexagons. Some of those hexagons will be glowing orange and they're called honeypots, and on those you can build bases. The bases, of which there are only 2, can be a turret that can fire out obviously bullets and defend itself, or a barrack which can't defend itself but every 10 seconds spawns 4 troops that you can then manoeuvre around with your twin stick settings and point in a different direction and go and battle and take over other things. You yourself as a character can run around the screen and shoot, but using the twin stick shooting stuff you've only got a very short sphere of influence, but you're quite powerful with it. So you can use R2 to fire your weapon, or in the same spherical influence you can press L2 to tell your troops where they need to go. So you can't be like, go to the other side of the map, bye, but not go there yourself. You still have to be able to get there. So that might mean that you'll need to demolish some walls to get there. It could be that when you build new bases, because it will tactically explode everything around you when it's built, that could actually tactically explode new walls for you to get new ways around stuff. It's a really interesting dynamic or gameplay element about basically most of the world is partly destructible and some of it isn't, so you kind of have to work out what you're going to explode where. The other interesting element across from these 2 different turrets that you can use is that when the turret gets destroyed, either by enemy forces usually, or this other option, when the honeypot becomes visible again, it spawns loads of like honey ants, and it's all a bit Earth Defense Force, and they come out and they'll spread around and they'll start attacking anything that's nearby. Now that could be your troops, but it could equally, if you strategically do it right, be your enemies as well, and so they're going to have to deal with that outbreak of infestation as well as you. And so what you can do is try and be quite tactical around how you explode and take over different things. There's also, very similar to Mushroom Wars, and this game reminds me an awful lot of Mushroom Wars, and I love that game and that series so much, and I'm so glad that there's a second one coming. When you're building up turrets, there's like a period of building where the bar needs to get to the end, but you can tactically try and stop that and point things there to stop it ever getting erected in the first place. Or you could wait for it to be just about erected, throw all of your troops at it, wait for it to be destroyed, and then they've got you plus the ants. So there's that little fun dynamic. If you're playing in multiplayer mode, which I haven't had the experience of doing, I must admit, but having played against 2 and 3 competitors in AI, games can be over within 2.5 minutes flat. There is always an early casualty, but because the game is so short, it doesn't matter if you're out within 10 or 15 seconds if it just so happens that everyone ganged up on you by accident, and it happens, not purposefully all the time. You don't have to wait too long for it to be respawned and there's a new game coming in. It's fast, it's furious, it's really watered down, simplified real-time strategy, but it's actually really well balanced as well, and so they've really hit the mark, very much like Mushroom Wars, which is the most popular alternative that I would give to Hellfront Honeymoon. They are very similar, it's just that this is like a steampunk futuristic vibe. I hope that was informative. I really enjoyed Hellfront Honeymoon. It wasn't a game that was particularly on my radar beforehand, but I'm really glad that I've played it now, and I would recommend it for anyone that likes really tight knit but simple real-time strategy. And yeah, if you love Mushroom Wars, you'll love this. Take care all. Bye for now.
This channel is just one of my many projects that cover games, music and film. If you enjoy any of these and would consider supporting me to develop further in the future, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Satorimon. Thank you for your time and for watching the video.